GPU prices and availability are about to get a whole lot worse. How is that even possible? Before that, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss another video. So at this point, I believe we're going to be closing in on about 5 months since the original release of the RTX 3080, and at this point, they're still extremely difficult to find, and honestly, recently, the only way you've been able to actually purchase an RTX 3080 is to find them on eBay for about double the price. And if you thought that that was bad enough, it's probably about to get a whole lot worse, because according to USA Today, which by the way, there will be links to all of my sources in the description below, but in any case, according to them, in January, apparently Tesla invested $1.5 billion into Bitcoin, and they recently announced that, as well as the fact that they will apparently also be accepting Bitcoin soon as payment for some of their products. Now, of course, this information did lead to a massive surge in the price of Bitcoin, and at one point it reached over $48,000 for one Bitcoin, which is absolutely crazy. Now, at this time, it looks like it's at just over $44,000, but of course, when Bitcoin soars, typically so does Ethereum, and it looks like that happened as well, as that reached over $1.8 thousand at one point, and currently it is at $1.7 thousand. And of course, this is a big issue for graphics cards, because as Ethereum and Bitcoin continue to go up in price, that makes it a whole lot more profitable for them to sit there and mine with graphics cards, which of course leads to even more shortages of GPUs, which then in turn leads to higher and higher prices. And in fact, if you go ahead and look on eBay right now, the prices of RTX 3080s are absolutely ludicrous. Now, originally when I started talking about price increases for the RTX 3080, when I looked over on eBay, it looked like they were selling for about $1,200. The next time I talked about it, they reached about $1,300 or $1,400, then $1,500, and right now it looks like on eBay they're typically selling for around $1,700. Now, the way that I found this out is that I went over to eBay and I searched for sold and completed items and then buy it now only, because a lot of the GPUs that are selling right now, there's people who are basically going on there and artificially increasing the bids and then not actually paying for them. So the only way you can get an accurate result is to do buy it now. And the sold and completed items that showed up recently were all selling for about $1,700, and I've even seen some recently, like in the last couple of days here, that have been selling for over $1,900 on eBay for new RTX 3080s, and I even saw one that sold for over $2,000. Now, of course, we don't 100% know if people are actually paying for these, though I would assume that they probably are paying for these, because if you look at the profitability of GPU mining right now, I just looked recently, and it looks like an RTX 3090 can make over $15 a day. In fact, at one point when it reached its peak, I saw that with Ethereum mining, you could reach up to almost $19 a day mining on an RTX 3090. So an RTX 3080 doesn't really do a whole lot worse than that. So at this point, I think you could probably reach about $13 or $14 a day mining on an RTX 3080. And if you're making $14 a day on a 3080, of course, you times that by 10 days, that's $140 just in 10 days off of one GPU. If you got a whole bunch of GPUs, not only can you pay them off very, very quickly, but on top of that, you can start making a whole bunch of money, which of course leads to people starting to buy all these cards. The prices continue to go up. And now, to make matters even worse, according to a videocards.com article, it looks like people are starting to actually buy laptops to mine on. That's right, you heard me correctly. They are buying laptops in mass to mine Ethereum on. At least that's what it looks like, as we see a bunch of pictures that they posted here. Videocards originally got a lot of these images from the Twitter user Harukaze, and we can see here just rows and rows and rows of RTX 30 series laptops. It looks like they're coming from the mainly from the laptop maker Hasi. I'm not sure if I'm entirely pronouncing that right, but you know, either way, you just got a ton of laptops in rows here, and I have never seen anything like this before. This is definitely the worst I have ever seen mining get. So unless the price of Ethereum crashes and people start selling their cards on eBay, you can expect that yes, GPUs are going to continue to be selling for over 2 times their price. It's going to be basically impossible to find any RTX 3080s new. Now, of course, saying that, you know, you can from time to time buy an RTX 3090 just simply due to the fact that they're extremely expensive. So if you're looking for a GPU, it looks like you have the option of maybe like a GT 1030 at this point, a GT 1010, and then I don't even think that they're selling those right now. And then on top of that, you might be able to buy an RTX 3090 if you're lucky. Every once in a while, it seems like you can also try to go for an RTX 3070, but the competition is extremely high. And if you are someone who's looking for a GPU, I will be making a video showing you the best methods of how to get one. And at this point, you actually can still get an RTX 3080 without buying it from a scalper. Unfortunately, a lot of those methods include, you know, buying a whole system or trying to buy a laptop at this point. But yeah, you still can buy them technically. It's just either very, very difficult or you have to end up buying a whole entire system. So again, if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, as I will be making a video on that soon to try and help you guys get some sort of GPU in your system. It's really, really difficult right now. But you know, one thing's for sure, if Ethereum does end up crashing and you can actually buy all kinds of GPUs, I would definitely avoid, you know, buying any of these laptops secondhand, because, you know, a lot of these GPUs that are on the desktop, they can be run at full bore for a really extended period of time, and there doesn't seem to be too bad of consequences depending on which GPU it is. But for laptops, I'm not so certain. It may be that running these laptops at 100% for as long as they're going to be running these for could be actually really, really bad for the lifespan of the product. So yeah, I would definitely avoid these laptops on eBay like the plague. I just wouldn't be buying any secondhand laptops probably for the next couple of years here over on eBay, at least, because God knows what they did to these things. And you know, the desktop GPUs might be fine, but the laptops, yeah, I'm not so sure. But you know, AMD or Nvidia, you guys got to do something about this, because the low and mid-tier market are going to completely evaporate if you guys don't do something about this. And you know, when you sell to people like miners, they don't have any investment to come back to you or to buy other products from places like Newegg. If you sell them a GPU, they're not going to buy anything else from you whatsoever. And in fact, they can make things very hard to predict in terms of how much stock or supply that you should have on hand. So, you know, in my opinion, if you are a retailer or you're Nvidia or you're AMD and you're watching a video like this, my advice to you would be, you know, do something to put a stop to this. I don't know if you have to put something in the hardware of your next generation GPUs. At this point, it's probably a little bit too late for the 30 series, or if you have to put in more severe stuff to detract bots from trying to buy stuff from your sites. But you should really, really be trying to do something to stop people from just mass purchasing these GPUs, because it's harmful for gamers, it's harmful for your industry, and it's harmful to the whole PC industry as a whole. But hey, that's just what I think. Do you think that Ethereum's going to crash anytime soon, or do you think that it's going to continue to raise? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to drop a like. Every time you do so, AMD and Nvidia get more stock. Also, if you want to see more, click here. You won't be disappointed.